Book of Heaven, Volume 28, April 23, 1930. In creating man, God did not detach him from himself, condition of necessity to love him. Final assault, the great gift of the divine will, order which God had in creating man. It seems to me that my sweet Jesus wants to speak about the overflowing love with which man was created. He wants to tell its story as the outpouring of his intense love, so as to be compassionated by his little daughter, and tell her the reason why he loves us so much, and his right to be loved. So while I was going around in the acts of his divine will, and I arrived at Eden, he resumed his speaking.
Daughter of my divine will, I want to make known to you all the peculiarities with which man was created, to make you comprehend the excess of our love and the right of our fiat to reign in him. You must know that, in the creation of man, our divine being found itself in the condition of necessity of love to love him, because everything we gave him did not remain as detached from us, but transfused in us. This is so true that, in breathing on him, we infused life in him, but did not detach our breath from the breath created in him. We kept it identified with our own, in such a way that as man breathed, we felt and feel his breath within our own. If our fiat created the word by pronouncing itself on his lips, the word, great gift given to him from within our divine volition, did not remain as detached. If we created in him love, motion, step, this love remained bound to our love, to our motion, and the communicative virtue of our steps in his steps. So we felt man inside of us, not outside of us, not the sun far away but close to us, even more, identified with us. How not to love him, since he was our own and his life was in the continuation of our acts? Not loving him would be like going against the nature of our love. And besides, who does not love what is one's own and what has been formed by him? Therefore, our supreme being found itself, and still is, in the condition of necessity to love him, because man is still the one created by us, his breath. We feel within our own, his word is the echo of our fiat. All of our gifts we have not withdrawn. We are the immutable being, nor are we subject to changing. We loved him and love him, and this love of ours is so great that we ourselves placed ourselves in the condition of necessity to love him. And this is the reason for our many stratagems of love, and the final assault, as we want to give him the great gift of our fiat, that he may let it reign in his soul. In fact, without our will, man feels the effects of its life, but does not see the cause, and therefore he does not care about loving us. But our divine will make him feel who it is that gives him life, and then he too will feel the necessity to love the one who is primary cause of all his acts, and who loves him so much.
Then I continued my round in the creation, and my always lovable Jesus added,
My daughter, see what order there is in the creation of the whole universe. There are heavens, stars, suns, all ordered. Much more so in creating man. Our divine being stretched out the order of our divine qualities like many heavens in the depth of his soul. So we stretched out in him the heaven of love, the heaven of our goodness, the heaven of our sanctity, of our beauty, and so on. And after we stretched out the order of the heavens of our divine qualities, our fiat in the vault of these heavens constituted itself sun of the soul, which, with its light and heat, reflecting itself in him, was to grow and preserve our divine life in the creature. And just as our divine qualities point out our supreme being, so do these heavens, stretched out in man, point out that he is our dwelling. Who can tell you the way, the love with which we delighted in creating man? Oh, if he knew who he is, what he possesses, oh, how he would esteem himself more, and would be attentive not to stain his soul, and would love the one who created him with so much love and grace.
Fiat,